Them say, them tell you say you can never be the one. But God say, make I tell you say now you him choose. In 1 month, in 1 week, you will sing a new song. In 2 days, a lesser than you will hear. Congratulations, you're in the glory of God. Congratulations, He has done it for you. And you will come back with a new song to sing. God is good. Yes, you will come again with a new song of praise. God is good. Oh, congratulations. 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 Say what the Lord has done.
Wow, greetings South Africans. I hope you are so good wherever you are. From me, Bridget Maluleke, together with the Journeying with the Lord podcast, I welcome you. Guess what? This is a surprise for you. This is our youth podcast, specially dedicated for this month because of the youth of the long time ago who fought for the liberation, for the freedom of the youth of today. So you know what? I welcome you wherever you are. Sit comfortably, listen to the fellow youth that I have here today, whatever they're gonna tell you or whatever they're gonna say to you. So you know what? Today I've got new faces whom I love so much. This is my friend. These are my friends I love so much. So Aluwani, would you mind introducing yourself to the people at home?
All right, my name is Aluwani, my surname is Rasiwimwane, and Bridget is my mother.
Listen to that, that is so good. Tato, would you mind as well?
Hi everyone, my name is Tato Asinkabinde, friend of Bridget.
Yes, this is my great friend, if you didn't know. I really love Tato so much. I love the insight that he has with him. Most of his opinions are very good. That's why I really invited him here, because of another thing. These two people are different. You know what? Everybody serves their own space. So I love their differences. I thought it would be good if I bring people who are different to speak about the youth of today. Their life is different. Even their opinion is different. But remember, everybody's opinion helps another person. So whatever they're gonna say, they might not really help you, but it might help somebody at home. So let's meet each other wherever we meet together. Just accept another person's opinion, and we accept your opinion, and we make a better living for South Africa and for the world as a whole. So you know what? Today we're gonna be involved in questions that are evolving around our youth today. And by the way, the topics for today, I better named them the Chronicles of Youth Generations. Chronicles, it simply means the happening of event. The reason why I chose the Chronicles is because we've got youth for yesterday, we've got youth for today, and we've got children who are coming up. Then there will be a youth for tomorrow. So those are event happenings in different times, but when we collaborate them together, they make a better day for all of us. So Aluwani, are you ready? Yes. Okay. The first question I'm gonna pose for you is that what is the matter surrounding the youth occurrences of lifespan amongst the youth generations of today? What do I mean about this question? I want to find out, I want you to give South Africans what is really happening to the life of youth today. And I mean like more of what is going on in the street, more of what is going on at homes, more of what is going on at work, and more of what is going on in churches, and more of what is going on around the world. Like, how does the social media affect you guys? How does the education affect your system that is happening today? And like, how does it affect your view of work world today? You know, if I may put it in a better way, a diplomat life today, do you like consider that, or you like wanna stick to social media? Anything that you have, that's what I want us to discuss on this question.
All right. Firstly, I would say that as youth, we can't live without our phones. That's number one.
Okay.
For instance, myself, I cannot live without my phone. Like 5 minutes without my phone is a disaster.
My goodness. All right.
So I believe that social media life has just changed generally.
Okay.
Like from previous, our mothers, our grandmothers, and now it's a completely different scenario.
Okay.
Like these days, if a mother repels a child and takes a phone, a child can commit suicide.
Okay.
So it shows that social media has a very much effect on our lives.
Okay.
And it's another way of communicating.
Okay.
For myself, I suffered depression once.
Okay.
My way of communicating with people around, I used social media.
Okay.
So to me, it was an escape situation because I couldn't go out, but I would know what was happening around the world through my social media, through Facebook, Instagram, and all those other social media.
Okay.
So I feel like when my mom talks about Facebook and Instagram and all that, to stop touching your phone, I feel like she's being difficult now.
Okay.
But it has a bad effect on us.
Okay.
Yes. Right now I've started reading books.
Okay.
So I see it as another way that youth nowadays can try it out instead of social media.
Wow, that is
like
so good.
reading books help us to change our vocabulary, to know things. Like the one book that I've read, it also has step by step that you can also fill up, like to write what you want to achieve, what you want to change in life. Yes. So I feel like if you're doing it on Facebook, you can't do that on Facebook.
Yeah.
But if you're reading a book, you can simply just go to your book, read, and then follow up all those steps. Like I've read a book more than 5 times, repeating it. Because I can see that every day I read it, I'm seeing something different. Every day I'm reading it, I'm seeing something different. So when it goes to social media, you're just going to get people's opinion, number one. Number two, you're just going to get some people's experience, which is not what you are going through, which is not how you're going to overcome the situation. So if you're reading something that is going to advise you to do something better, that's a better choice than going to social media.
Okay, you know what? I hear what you're saying and I really love what you're saying. But I'm going to pose this question. What would you advise them when it comes to phone? Because you have said something like it's a punishment. But what do you think would be a better way for them to utilize their phone? Because I believe that even us, young adult going on, our age going on up there, we do use phones, but we've got a way how we manage it and we understand what is a phone. We do have social media, but we've got a way where we understand it. You understand? So according to you as a youth who is now reading, which I love so much, what would you give an advice for them to know that we are not saying cut out phone completely? Have it, but how must you use it?
Okay, there's something called responsibility. I feel like as a youth, we have grown. If you are a youth, it means that you have grown up. Now you have to take responsibility. So you have to have goals. Set yourself some goals. Tell yourself, all right, now if you're hungry, you're going to say, I'm going to eat, right? So if I'm setting goals for myself, I'm like, now I want to read this book. So I feel like it also starts with the mind. If you set your mind that right now I'm going to, now if I'm reading a book, I sit down, put my phone away, put it on silent, I'm focused.
Oh, I'm so inspired.
I'm focused that I'm
reading. Follow this.
Yes. I focused. I read that book, complete it, sit down, put my life through that book.
Wow,
so it means having responsibility. The phone can even come up in a message or WhatsApp or text, but it's about responsibility and telling your mind that right now I'm responsible. I don't need this phone right now. I need to read this book and complete it. So we'll start by responsibility and then we'll start by setting goals. That from this time to this time I'm doing this. Same applies to those ones who are still studying. If you want to study with a phone, it's very difficult. I still remember when I was in grade 11, my mom took my phone. That was a disaster. I could feel the pressure because I couldn't communicate with my friends. I didn't know what was happening around the world. But it helped me because she took it after I failed grade 11. But my results when they come out going to grade 12, they were nice, they were beautiful, flying colors. And she was like, I told you. So from that moment, I learned to be responsible. I learned to set goals. So now It's my studying time. This next 3 hours, I don't want to see my phone. Whoever needs me will see me later.
Yeah.
Yes. So it starts with responsibility, then goals.
Wow, that was so good. Tato, would you want to add on that?
Yes, I think you gave a very good
very
answer.
good answer. Yeah, that was a very good
Very
answer.
very good. For me, I think the youth of today, we are living in a society now where society has evolved so much. I think we are connected with the world so much now. We know what's happening in Nigeria, in the States, in the UK. So the youth of today are exposed to so much information, and they are exposed to so much to what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
So I think the youth of today have to be aware of what's going on, and they are aware, but they should also try not to be too influenced by what's happening in other places. Because there's so much negative influences.
Yeah, that I saw
and
myself.
the internet is such a big place.
Yeah.
It's such a big place, and you can end up going through so many dark spaces. So I think the youth of today have a unique challenge in the fact that they are the first generation, I think, who have to deal with influences from other countries and from other places.
Yeah.
Yes, so
wow, you guys, you have heard what has been said here, and you know what? I think it resonates with everybody, even me. When they are saying it, I really resonated to what they were saying. When Tato actually gave an example to say that with social media, you get to connect with people from different countries, and you know, sometimes if you don't know yourself, you will want to imitate those things, forgetting that you are a South African or you are an American or you are a Jamaican. You will forget that and want to do those things. But I love what Alwan said when she talks about responsibility. First thing, a person has to know themselves and they have to do responsibility. You know, if I have to give in an example from the Bible, I remember Jacob and Esau. You know what? In their youth time, they were doing different things. They had different gifts. If I remember well, Esau was a hunter and Jacob, he was the one who used to take care of home things. So now, in that way, they knew themselves. They didn't like clash with one another. If somebody has to go hunting, somebody would cook at home. So I think it's very good that when you are a youth, you must know what you need to do. You must know that I need to still socialize, but I still have a life that I need to prepare for tomorrow. So I am so glad. I really love what they are really saying. You know, you guys, you have said so much point that I love so much. We're coming to the second question. This question involves everybody around, ne? Even us, but it's mostly for the children and for the youth. Why am I concentrating on the children and on the youth? The youth of long time ago, you guys were not born yet. I was still young by that time. So meaning life is an evolvement. That's my statement in each and every podcast. I love saying life is an evolvement. When you guys get off the chairs of being a youth, we climb out to those chairs, you see. So this question involves the children and you guys. So you can answer it however, because you will never know who's watching the podcast. Maybe even the children who are 13 years old are watching this. According to you, is the dispensation of youth generation impactful to this metaphor? Ne? We are the world. This is a song which I love so much, which encourages people to know that we are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Like, what are we giving? What is it that is so impactful in us to give the world? You see, there's a choice we need to make. Like you said, Alwani, there are choices, and Tato even talked about you must be careful. You see, so what are choices are you making? Do you think this metaphor is impactful to the world for today? Are you guys giving? Are you guys making good choices? You see, are you making a world a better day? Are you making South Africa a better day for tomorrow? Is the young ones that are coming after you gonna make good choices concerning on what you have done after them, before them, so to say?
Yeah. So there's this thing of rights, the Bill of Rights.
Okay.
Since this bills of rights started, a lot of things have changed. Like we have started to read them in a wrong way. We have started to see them in a wrong way. We don't take responsibility of it. Like, for instance, if a mom wants to beat a child, she can go and report to the police station and the mom can get arrested.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
If we are failing from there, taking responsibility from that, how can we give to the world.
Yeah.
If we're saying, if a mom beats a child black, it's my right. I'm going to report you, it's my right. So it starts from there.
Yeah.
So if we are failing from there, what are we going to give to other people? What are the young ones going to learn from us?
Because you have choices.
Yes.
You make your own choices
Yes.
how you want it.
No one can tell me anything. And if you touch me, I'm gonna report you. Like we have this tendency, and like it's in our blood. Like you're not gonna do me anything. You're gonna get arrested. So
my goodness.
yes, it starts from there. I still remember my neighbor. She once did the same things. Like if you beat me, I'm gonna call the police.
My goodness.
On the street we had a police officer right there.
Yeah.
Then that moment, now that I've grown, now that I've passed through challenges, I noticed it's the rights. These rights that came, they came to help us. They came to show us life, to help us come through some certain things. But still, we are using it in the wrong way. So as youth, we have to start giving out. When you give out, like for instance, in my church, they started this thing of giving out clothes, giving out food and all that. So if I have a nice t-shirt that I love the most, I take it to church. I want someone to wear that t-shirt. But if I take something that I don't wear anymore and take it to church, what are you trying to say? So you are not giving out, you are just throwing it away. It's like you're throwing it in a rubbish bin. So now it starts with, okay, this shirt, I love it, but there's someone who needs it more than me because I have two, which means I'll take one and start giving. And when those young ones see me coming with that plastic full of clothes and placing it on that box, they'll be like, I also want to be like that person.
That's so good.
I also want to be like...
making a world a better place.
Yes, making it a better place for people to see that, okay, it's still possible. It's still possible to go shopping, buy a dress. I remember I bought this dress. It was a small size. I didn't fit it. I was like, okay, should I take it back? No, man. Let me just take it to church.
That is so good.
Someone will wear that dress. I packed everything, even the clothes that I know that I still wear them. I still love them. But it can have, now it's winter, it's cold. There's somebody out there who doesn't have food, who doesn't have clothes. So this organization at our church is very good. Like this last week Sunday, they were giving out free bread.
That is so good.
So when those young ones seeing the pastor saying that after church, whoever has a need, just go outside, take the bread. It's free of charge. So we are making it better for those young ones that they're taking whatever that I'm doing to say that this is a good thing. I can apply it for myself.
That is
yes.
So beautiful.
So they will start by taking their doll, those little dolls, and give it to a friend. That's that thing of giving. It's getting inside,
and that is making a better world.
Yes, it's getting
that
inside.
Is so beautiful,
yes,
Adwani. I love that. You know what? You are making me so proud right now. I hear what you are saying, and I still hear when you are talking about church. Remember, as church, we are told to save the sheep. Now, what would you say about people who are not churchgoers, who doesn't have the bringing up that you and me have? We still need to feed them. We still need to let them know that they are loved. You know what? A better way to serve as a Christian is when you do rashes, even in the moment where there is difficulties. In that way, you are showing another person love, and that person, even if they don't know church, they tend to like, wow, I love this one. Bit by bit, they change and do good. So what would you advise those youth who are outside, who are not like you and me who goes to church? They are not going to church, but what can they do to better their life? Like to give, to make good choices, as this song is saying. You know, I call it a metaphor because of it's a song which is they are comparing it to the people that we are the children, but they are talking about the whole world. So now I am directing it to the youth, because you are the youth of tomorrow, you are the parents of tomorrow, you are the CEO of tomorrow, you will be the one running departments, the ones running companies. So like, what would you advise those one who doesn't get to see people giving at church?
Okay, you know, at church we have this thing that says know and share.
Okay.
So they told us to apply it.
Okay.
So as I've checked the statistics of Christian in this world, it's a lot.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Christian.
Okay.
So if we know and start sharing, then we're gonna share outside. They mean that we have to share it outside from the church, not inside the church.
That's
We
so
know
good.
we know
That's
that we
so
share
good.
at
That's
church,
the mandate I love.
but they're giving it out that we have to know and share outside from the church.
Outside.
So what they do usually, they go to different buildings around where people stay, knock on the door and start sharing the word of God. When you start sharing the word of God, you also ask them their challenges, what they are going through. If they have a need, don't worry, I'm here. I will give it to you. Whatever need that you have, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So there was one time that they went to a building. I was not there. And then when they arrived there, the person was like, I'd like to listen to the word of God, but I do not have food. Is your word of God going to give me food?
And that is so transparent.
Yes.
It's just out there. It's a truth,
Yes.
an open truth, a transparent truth. Yes.
So they asked, is your word, after you've given me that word, my stomach is hungry,
Yes.
I have kids,
Yes.
what am I going to eat afterwards? That message came back, no, and share. So that moment, after the word, we're going to give you food.
Yes, that's so good. That's so good. Tato, I love what she said, but I know you're going to give us even more clear picture as to if this really applies to the youth of today out there. You understand what I'm saying? The youth of today out there, they are hungry for money, they are hungry. Sometimes they are not even doing things from the heart. You understand what I'm saying? And I always say that there is greater result in doing things from the heart. Money is always going to be there, but let's put quality more to what we are doing. Even though we are chasing money, but let's put more quality. What is your thinking around this metaphor?
So for me, this metaphor represents a lot in terms of how the world works.
Yeah.
A lot of us, a lot of people only realize that they need to think about the next generation when they are older. And this happens at a time where it's almost a bit too late. So I think it's important that the youth of today realize that they need to start thinking about the next generation, no matter at what age they are at, whether you're 16, whether you're 28, whether you're 35, it doesn't matter the age. You can start thinking about the next generation. It's never too early.
Yeah.
So I think there are many schools that do teach kids and involve kids in the communities.
Yeah.
There's church organizations, and there's also lots of NGOs that want the youth to be involved in fixing different schools, in feeding schemes. So for me, the song just speaks to everyone, and it says that you just need to be aware of the next generation.
Yeah. Oh, I love what Tato just said right now. Actually, it brings me to this thought I once had to say that he's talking about NGOs. You know what? A lot of people, they will tell you that they don't have, what can they do? What companies can they start? What better can they make in the world? You know what, if you look around, there's a lot of street kids. Some are not street kids, but their behaviors says a lot that maybe the parents are not there as much as they want them. If you let the child run, you will never catch a child. So I think as youth, they have a chance to start a sort of an organization or NGOs. You know what, you don't have to think about money. When you start something, on the way you will get something. They can start certain groups, you can sit around and just like the song is saying, it says that we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. If you don't start, you won't have anything to do. So I think the youth of today, if they can look around, and think, what can I do to make like my home a better place? What can I do to make my youth a better place? What can I do to make my group a better place? What can I do to make my church a better place? Children in schools, there are children of 13 years, around that age. The behavior sometimes is a pain to a parent. You can, you as a youth, I think they can listen to you more. You bring those songs that they like, but your intentions behind. They like listening to dancing songs and all that. You can move them by those songs, but to call them near and closer to you and give them advices. I think the youth of today can do even much greater things than what we are seeing or what we are anticipating around this song, if they can listen too much to this song. You know what? I am so happy you guys are giving bullets and they are so full-fledged, you know what? So we are going on. We are going to number 3. This is our second last. The reason why we came it around to make it so short, we want them to listen. Sometimes when you give information which is limited, it sits well in the heart of people. Okay, our second question is, are the choices made by the youth generation of today seasonal to better their tomorrow? Do you think the choices that you are making today, will they better your tomorrow? I know certain percentages can, certain percentages need motivation, but do you think when you look at those choices, they are going to sustain your tomorrow? Would you want to go?
Yes, if you don't mind, I would like to go first.
Yeah, that would be good.
I think when it comes to choices,
Yeah.
I'm a believer that every choice you make is a direct influence on your tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I always believe also in radical self-accountability. When you hold yourself accountable for whatever decision you make,
Yeah.
you will live differently in life.
Wow, that is so
So I
good.
think the youth of today, you know, whatever choice you are making, whether it from the time you wake up in the morning
Yeah.
to the time you go to bed in the evening, every choice you make throughout the day will have a direct influence on your tomorrow. And I think it's important that the youth understand that they need to be aware of what choices they are making, whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah.
But they need to understand before they make their choice what it will do for their lives.
Oh, that is so good. That is so good. Alwani.
I'm listening to him saying this,
Yeah.
and it's coming back that choices and responsibility works together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm sitting down and thinking, I have to go somewhere, or I have to do this. We are adults, we have grown. If we are youth, we are adults now. You also know the consequences of whatever choices that you're gonna make.
Yeah.
You also know the after for the choices that you have made for that moment.
Yeah.
If I'm saying I'm taking this glass of water and drinking, I know that the water is gonna make me feel better if I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
So it seems applies already. Choices, responsibility. So if you make a good choice, you have to also take responsibility. If you take a good choice, you also have the nice outcomes.
Yeah.
If you take a bad choice,
Yeah.
you also have the bad outcomes.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
deep down, you know, even though you ignore, there's this instinct, man. It tells you that
This thing I'm doing is wrong.
no.
I love it. Yeah.
And that instinct, most of the time, when you go out through the gate, if you have to go out for that choice, it will be like, no, don't. That inner voice will be telling you, don't. Yes. So the problem is that we don't listen to that instinct. Yes, we'll be like, hey, keep quiet. Keep quiet. Like, you're telling it to keep quiet.
I want to do what I want.
Yes, I want to. It's my
moment.
choice.
Yeah.
But later on, you're gonna come back.
Yeah, I love
when that
that.
things come back
Man,
to you in
that
a
is so
bad,
good.
in a bad thing, you'll be like, madam, my instinct told me.
Yeah.
I just didn't listen. It's like that inner person keeps repelling you. Don't do it like this. Do it like this. But you keep oppressing it. Like, nah, I'll see it later. I'll come up. I'll cross. We have this theory like, we'll cross the bridge when we reach there.
My goodness. I'm glad I didn't grow up in your time.
Just that, you know, the youth must understand that it is okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
As long as you are able to account for your mistakes and own up to your mistakes.
Yes, that is so good. I wish you can repeat that one. It synced well on my soul. Yeah.
If I can say it again. So it's important that the youth understand it's okay to make mistakes.
Okay.
Life is about making mistakes.
Yeah.
But when you do make mistakes, take accountability and learn from them.
Yeah. You know, I love what Tato said. Tato has said a mouthful again. I love what he said, to say that take accountability. Another thing to add on what he said is that mistakes, when they happen, they help you to sort out your tomorrow. So when you make mistake, don't somara give up and say, nobody's gonna think of me, everybody's just gonna think like, nah, I'm a loser, I didn't do right it there, I didn't make it right there. No, you own up on your mistakes and you rectify it, and you do it according to how you feel like you made a mistake, but now you wanna solve it. So I love that so much. I think it's a point for today. We must somewhere make it a point for today. You know what? I love what you said about choices, Alwani. It's so good that you touched on that, because that's what I've realized, that the youth of today, even if their instinct tell them that no, don't go there, they don't listen, they somewhere go there. But I love that, you know what, it intersect with what Tato has said when he says that own up to your mistake. If you have gone somewhere and your instinct told you, but you still went because you wanted to jump the bridge when you get there, you know what? Own up to your mistake and still do something better that will rectify what you did and move on. Because you know what? We can't change the way people think. We can make it a process for them to see bit by bit that, you know what, last time this was wrong. So if I rectify it here, but even tomorrow you might make a mistake, but you must know that life is a process. Then where you are going, you always have a chance to make it right. I love that, Tato. It's so good. We're coming to the last question. Oh, guys, I really love what the youth is talking about today here. Listen, we are in the month of June. This is the month of youth as a whole, and I believe at home, since this topic has come, a different perspective, and that it will help you to, you know, reflect onto what happened back, what mistakes did you do, how to prepare to go forward, to say that, you know what, I heard them say this and that and this and this. If I can fix myself, if I can own up to my mistake, I can catch up to my mistakes that I did last time and make it better and make it look better for tomorrow. So stick with us as we are in the month of June. Your July, your August, your September is gonna come up better. The last question that we have, it says that what must be done to make tomorrow a better world by our youth generation? What do you think you can do to make tomorrow a better world, to rectify some of the things that are happening? Do you think you can tell them something that can change, you know, in the youth? Or maybe youth can tend to listen, or youth can tend to do things in an easier way for their parents and for the organizations that they are living in.
You mentioned something about parents, like there's something called respect.
Yeah.
Even the Bible said it, that honor your father and your mother.
That's true.
That's the best blessing. So when we start respecting our parents, our things will go according to the way. Like when you listen to them, they have passed a certain experience, even though it's not the same as ours. But they can repel you and say, no, don't do that. I came across, I still remember when I was studying in grade 11, my mom told me, you're not studying enough. I was like, I'm studying. But she was like, I was once a student. I passed through whatever. Your IQ is same as mine. You need to work hard to get whatever that you want. So she was like, you need to study. Your time is not enough. I was like, no, but when the report comes back, it was a total fail. And she's like, I told you. I cried. I was crying, but she was like, I told you. I told you that your time, you're not managing it right. If I had listened, now that I have grown, at that time I was still a kid. I was like, I'll see it there. Now that I've grown, I was like, she was right. She passed through that. She knows what does that mean. Because my mom, she's a teacher. So she knows you're not studying enough. You need to extend your time. If I did that, I would have passed grade 11 that moment. But I ended up forgiving myself. I didn't listen. But now I have to listen. I have to change my habits. I have to respect my mother. I have to take her advice because she knows exactly what's gonna come after that. She's like, you know, I was once a youth. All the time she always tells me that if I'm going through something or if I'm doing something wrong, she's like, you know, I was once a girl like you. I once did what you're doing right now. You can't fool me. I once did that. So it starts with respect. It starts with listening. Not even your parents only. Even other people can help you make good choices in life.
So beautiful.
Even if you're going through a challenge, you can just ask somebody, like, I'm going through 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think?
That is so beautiful.
And when you listen to someone's experience, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same outcomes as theirs and yours. It's not going to be the same, but it can give you a line, a channel, which you can use to overcome that particular hit. So it's very important to respect our parents. It also gives us a very nice channel to follow.
All right, you know what, you've heard for yourself. I love what Aluani said. She said respect. Respect can change the better tomorrow. Our tomorrow can be very good. Our world, when it comes to respect, when it comes to listening as well. I love when she said that I had to forgive myself. You know what, there's still a chance for you to forgive yourself. Start listening to parents. They have lived these things before, so they know what's happening. So a better start is to listen to your parents, to have respect for everybody who's around you, and have a listening skill of saying, if this one made it, I surely can make it. We are not depriving you from having a social life, a media social life, good times, but do it in a responsible way, in a way that you must remember you still have a tomorrow to take care of. Alwani, what advice, since we are coming to the end, would you give the people out there?
I will say to them, listening is a skill, as you have said. So I would want you to apply that skill. I would want you to have a figure, somebody you looked up to. I don't mean those celebrities. I mean somebody that you could look up to and be like, I want to be like that person. I want to achieve 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do it. If you're telling yourself, I can, you will. It's all about, God has blessed us. He has blessed us with a mouth, with a tongue that can say something, and then that thing happened like directly, exactly how you pictured it. You just don't have to channel God, but you just have to accept that, okay, I'm going through this phase, it's making me stronger. And when I come across, like, I'll be later and sit down and be like, oh, I was once there, but I overcome. And you are here challenged, I'm going to still overcome. So it's all about that.
Thank you so much. And when you've heard for yourself, Tato, going back to the question, what can be done, to make the world a better future for the youth? What choices can you guys take just to change your perspective into winning tomorrow?
For me, I think, the youth need to understand that they need to find purpose. This life is all about purpose. Purpose gives you something to work towards, something to focus on. And I think, many people many kids who are in school, yes, it's good to be in school, continue studying hard, working hard, but also find something outside of it to have a passion for. This will help you to also open other doors for yourself in this life. So I think it's important for you today to get a purpose, to find something to look for.
You know what, let me tell you something. He wants me to preach right now because he's talking about purpose. The moment you have purpose, you are going somewhere. The moment you know your purpose, you know where you are going. Passion is to have something flow from the heart. Anything that flows from the heart, it comes up with a passion, it comes out looking good, it has love in it, and it will grow. So have that passion, have that purpose. In church, we are told that to ask God, what is your purpose for me? The moment you step to your purpose, that is the moment you have conquered. Nothing can come your way. If it comes, let me tell you something, hell breaks, because you're going to send it back where it's coming from. Because you know that's your purpose. And nobody can tell you not to do this, because you have found your purpose in the Lord. So even you guys as youth, know your purpose. The moment you know your purpose, you run with it. As much as you are working, have something that if this fails, my purpose will always stand. If if I don't get a job in time, my purpose won't fail. It means that something will grow up out to there. So you guys, we have come to the end of the podcast for Youth Day. Happy Youth Day, happy 16th day. You know what, we are celebrating with you guys. You have made a better world for today because our youth have got rights, but I still pray that you use those rights in a wiser way. Don't take them and misuse them. Use them in a way that they are beneficiary for your tomorrow. And you guys, don't forget, we are having a function on the 12th of August. Are you buying your tickets? To those who have already bought your ticket, congratulations, you stand a chance, you know what, to be one of the people who will be selected to have a foot massage, a hands massage, a neck massage. So you don't want to miss this. We will be having a person who will be strictly concentrating on that. Is gonna be lit. I want to see them ladies looking good. I want to see the males looking good in whatever they're gonna be wearing. It's gonna be a very good day. It's gonna be a very good August. So you know what, go out there, buy your ticket. The event is still on. So from me, Bridget Maluleke, Alowani, stay blessed. May the Lord bless you and bless your days that are coming. Amen.
Them tell you, say you can never be the one. But God say, make I tell you, say now you him choose. In 1 month, in 1 week, you will sing a new song. In 2 days, lesser than you will hear. Congratulations, you're in the glory of God. Congratulations, He has done it for you. And you will come back with a new song to sing. God is good. Yes, you will come again with a new song of praise. God is good. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations.